Good morning, students of class 9. You are welcome back to the e-classes now. Let's continue our lesson in history. And we are doing socialism in Europe and the Russian Revolution. And we have reached 4.0. Here in 4.0, what changed after October Revolution of 1917? So far in our previous class we have learned about February Revolution and we have already learned about October Revolution also. After the October Revolution, let's see what changes took place. Now here there are altogether 6-7 points I've written over here and we will go one by one properly. Listen carefully and pay attention. So, only thing you need to go to the online portal every day. Go through the online portal every day so that you will not miss anything. So that it will be easy for you to understand. As you go through the book, it will be very easy because you have understood most of the things. So now here, what changed after October 1917? Number one, the Bolsheviks, Vladimir Lenin's party, the Bolshevik, comprising most of the peasants and workers, factory workers and farmers, the common man. The Bolsheviks were totally opposed to private property because most of the industries, most of the banks, most of the land were owned by the nobilities and the landlords and the rich and the aristocrats. So that's why these Bolsheviks were totally opposed to private property. One. Number two, most industries and banks were nationalized, were made public property, governments. They were nationalized in November 1970. Banks and industries were confiscated and it made a government property. It was made a government property or public property. It was nationalized. Nationalized means the government property or public property. Now number two, the government took over their management. The government took over the management and the ownership of the industries and banks. Those were private property. So government took over and the management and ownership also was handled by the government. Land was declared, big plots of land owned by the landlords, by the nobilities and clergies and rich landlords. Land was declared social property, property of the society. And peasants in the villages, peasants were allowed to seize the land of the nobilities. The peasants, especially most of them were landless. They had no land. So these landless people or the farmers or small farmers, they were allowed to seize, confiscate the land of the nobilities. They took over. The peasants took over the land of the nobilities. In the cities, that was in the villages. In the cities, in big cities, Bolshevik implemented the law and partition of large houses. Large houses were partitioned because the family may be small or the house may be very big. So the Bolshevik enforced the partition of large houses according to a family requirement. According to the family requirement, big buildings or big houses were partitioned. Number four, they stopped. Banned means to stop. They banned the old titles of aristocracy. When the king was ruling the country, many officials, they got the titles and these titles were removed. So they banned the old titles of aristocracy. Next, new uniforms for the army and the officials were designed in 1980. New uniforms, that was a sign of change. New uniforms for army and the officials were designed in 1918. The Bolshevik, number 6, the Bolshevik Party was renamed the Russian Communist Party. The Bolshevik Party was renamed, the name was changed, party's name, Bolshevik Party was named Russian Communist Party. Now, the name has changed into Communist Party. You should not get confused. Bolshevik Party, Communist Party, it's the same thing, only the name has changed. In the beginning, they were called Soviets. Now, in 1917, what happened? Bolsheviks conducted elections. In 1917, Bolsheviks conducted elections to the Constituent Assembly. They conducted assembly to the Constituent Assembly, but they failed to gain the majority support. In 1917, they failed to get the support, majority support. So, what happened in January 1918? The assembly rejected Bolshevik steps, measures, that is banks nationalized and industries nationalized and even the land were confiscated by the peasants. All these measures were rejected by the National Assembly. So what happened then? And ultimately Lenin, he was the leader of the Bolshevik, Lenin dismissed the assembly. So ultimately the Lenin had to dismiss the assembly so that the changes could be retained, so that the changes could be maintained. If Lenin had not dismissed the assembly, then all these measures would have to be removed. So in order to keep the measures, steps, or to continue the steps taken by the Bolshevik, the Bolshevik leader, had to dismiss the assembly. Now to be continued, what happened after Lenin dismissed the assembly? What happened now? Because here right now Lenin is all in all, because he is the leader of the Bolshevik, who is the big party or majority of the party people are the member of the Bolsheviks. So he is the leader of the Bolsheviks. So Bolsheviks were a very powerful party. So let us see what happens after the dismissal of the assembly, what Lenin did later on. Now let's talk about in our next class. That's all for today. Thank you for your presence. Go through the online portal every day. Many of the students are sleeping. They are not taking care of their online portal. So reading alone at home will not help you much. You have to understand a lot of things. So here I will explain you properly in a short nutshell, so that you will understand clearly. Now, thank you for your presence as well as your attention. Thank you very much. We'll meet in the next class. That's all.